My name is Miss Choate, and today we're going to be learning about the festival known as the Festival of Spring or the Festival of Colors, and that's called Holi. And that's a Hindu festival that is celebrated in a lot of countries, but also Pakistan. So we're going to be making chain of people and we're going to be throwing colored powder at those people. Now, normally this would happen in real life. You'd throw them at color at people and it would be a celebration of spring and happiness and color. So instead, what we're going to be doing by ourselves at home, we're going to make a chain of people out of paper. We have some chalk, we're going to crush it up, and we're going to throw it at our chain of people. If you live close to the Winfield Public Library, you can pick up a craft bag where you will get some of your own colored chalk that you'll be able to crush up and throw on our chain of people. So go grab your supplies. If you don't live close to the Winfield Public Library, or if we're out by the time you watch this video, then you can grab any sidewalk chalk you have. You can make your own chalk, you can make your own powder. There's plenty of videos of how you can use like baking powder and things like that to make your own powder. You can do that, grab your supplies, and let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get a bunch of paper and you are going to connect them. Now you don't have to use a whole sheet of paper and connect a whole sheet. I'm actually going to cut strips and then put those strips together. So now I cut a bunch of strips out and I'm going to connect them with some clear tape. Now you can make these strips wider or thinner depending on what you want. I'm going to keep my people fairly small but a long chain. Once you have your paper connected with your tape, make sure that your tape is covering, if not all, most of the seam. And we're going to fold back and forth like an accordion. So this is going to be the size of your person. So I'm making mine kind of like a square. We're just going to fold back and forth until you have it all the way. Once it's all folded up, we're going to be drawing our person, making sure that our hands are at the edges. So we have a circle for the head. And if you want to make your person more complicated, you can. Straight line out to the arm. I'm just keeping mine pretty abstract. Hand to body to legs. And legs can go all the way down to the edge of the paper. So you can see, not a very complicated shape. And now we're going to go ahead and cut it out. Make sure your arms go all the way to the edge. And we're just going to cut it out. You need to make sure that the tape is where your hands are, because otherwise it'll fall apart in your sections, but you could always tape it back together. And now we're going to open it up. There we go. I have my nice long chain of people that we can throw our colorful chalk at. So now you have your chalk, you have your people. We're going to be sticking the chalk into a bag. I'm going to keep my chalk colors separate. When I'm breaking them up, I could always add little bits of orange to my yellow, but when I'm breaking them up, I'm going to keep them separate. So I'm putting them in their baggies, and this is where you can have a lot of fun with how you break it. You can take a rock to it, you can just throw it around outside. That's up to you how you want to break it apart to make it your powder. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go pound it a little bit to make it crumble up. So I went ahead and I broke it up. Now I have it in a kind of powder form. Now my bag got a hole in it, which is totally fine because we can use that to our advantage. So now you can either go outside if you want to have your mess outside, or you can stay inside, and we're going to be throwing this chalk at our people. And so you can have fun. You could tape it up on the wall to throw it, or you can just have fun inside. Play with the colors and think about the festival of colors and how this would be done. You do this to each other. You'd have so much fun throwing the chalk at each other. Although it's not chalk, but this is what we're using for our purposes. So you can go ahead and keep doing that. Now, it's not going to stick to your paper, so you could smudge it with your hands, or it can even exist just as a photo. I am going to make mine exist as a photo. I think that would look really cool. So I'm going to do both, photo and then smudge it with my hands and see what we can do. We can also reuse this chalk later for other projects. So we can go ahead, we can smudge it, we can color our people in with these chalk and see what you can create. Remember, just keep it really colorful and really bright. All right, so another thing you can do if your chalk doesn't stick is wet your paper and then throw your chalk at it. That way it'll stick, and when it dries, it'll stay on. So you can go ahead, do it like this. I tried doing it inside, it didn't work as well. And then you're gonna get a really nice outline of your people. Make sure if you get the paper really wet, try not to rip it. And now you can see the chalk is sticking, and look how cute that is when you pick it up. So experiment and do different things with it, and just have fun with the broken up chalk. All right, and for any chalk that you have left, you can feel free, put on white shirts and throw it at each other like they actually do for the festival. So this is the way that you would actually do it. So which color do you want? Okay. So just have fun with it. And you could either draw on the sidewalk with it, or like I said, put on some white t-shirt and have fun. Oh God. Oh, I like how it looks on your shirt.
Yeah, look at that.
I have pink too. That's awesome. All right, let's see how this looks. That's pretty fun. I hope you had fun making your chain paper people with your broken up chalk. I'm covered in chalk now, and it was so much fun. So I hope you had fun. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and remember, subscribe so you get notified every time the library posts a new video. Bye, friends.